Hundreds of Melbourne Victory supporters gathered together in the AAMI Stadium to welcome their team heroes bringing back the Champions Trophy to Victoria. This season's grand final had experienced a full house for the very first time in the entire season, with more than 30,000 supporters from both teams to rate all the tickets within the first 6 hours. Despite having an impressive attendance in the grand final day, continuous reports have been popped up in the sports headlines this season questioning on competitiveness of the A-League. So, what has gone wrong for the A-League? Attendance is in dire straits this season, which empty seats will often can be found in the stadiums. From the past experience, there should be a wave of support for the A-League in the World Cup year. However, this year didn't apply. About 12% of total attendance has lost when compared to last season. Even more concerning is, this season's attendance was below the overall average since A-League kicked off. Jason Lowe, a soccer geek who has been following A-League for several seasons, says he is devastated to see there are many pessimistic voices on A-League this season, and he blames the low attendance to the match competitiveness.
This year is rather disappointing because the quality and the standard of football is just not high, and we really didn't perform well in the Asia Champions League.
He said recent knockout of two Australian teams in the Asia Champions League is good evidence in showing how the quality of A-League is lacking. Comparing with the rapid improvement of other Asian clubs, he worries A-League will be significantly outpaced by other Asian countries.
Melbourne Victory got knocked out in the group stage, so I don't see how the A-League teams can compete with other top teams.
Low competitiveness and poor team performance have indeed reduced the number of attendance. Jason also pointed out lacking big names is another issue perplexing the league, and he agrees big signings would help to regain popularity. But why A-League is lacking big names? Thomas Hannon, the professor of sports media studies in Monash University, said salary cap is the thing barricading big names coming to A-League. He thinks reducing the salary cap can help to bring quality players.
All these people will want the removal of the salary cap so as they can actually compete in Asia, because it gets their brand noticed in Asia, it attracts increased investment in their clubs, and then they will start attracting players.
According to the latest rules edition, the salary cap regulated with clubs can only spend at most $2.9 million for 20 to 23 players. With this strict regulation in the league, Thomas says clubs are difficult to strengthen their squad. He thinks bringing up more quality and well-known players to Australia will help to boost attractiveness and competitiveness of the league, and most importantly, promote the brand of Australian football. But everything was under the premise of reducing the salary cap.
If you start recruiting players like Del Piero with Sydney FC years ago, you'll increase interest in the competition. And Del Piero was a pretty big pickup for the A-League. You need that type of player to lift your brand.
With these challenges perplexing the development of the league, it is unsurprised to hear from the society claiming A-League is dying. However, with FFA recently proposing a reform of domestic league by increasing number of teams in the A-League, this may become an incentive to increase the total competitiveness of the league. So let's see what will happen in the coming future. Calvin Chan, Monash News.